And welcome to the post-race show. I'm the Coach Dick Cox, joined by John Poole. Been an action-packed afternoon here at Charlotte Motor Speedway that we got here about mid-afternoon, and time to eat, and time to tour the garage area, and time to go get a Danica Patrick hat.
Yeah,
we did a little bit of everything, though, but I really enjoyed today from the standpoint they have tried to get the format right and change it every year here. They ran the preliminary race last night for the first time. So today what they did was they took the 3 cars in advance. They had all the qualifying, which I was not aware it was going to do this, but they had the qualifying for the All-Star race at 7:15, and then the big race at 9:15 though. But it was fun watching the cars where they had to take 2 laps wide open. They had to come in and make a pit stop, and they had to stop because some of them overshot the box and back up, but they had to stop on a dime coming off that turn 4 at about 200 miles an hour coming down here, and then make another lap after that, though. But, you know, I could have gone home happy tonight just watching the qualifying.
Oh, wasn't that great? What was interesting is the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit imposed on pit road by NASCAR was not observed tonight. And you're exactly right. Coming down these pits, coming off that corner, I was very surprised that these guys even got close to their boxes or their stop line. Of course, you could hear it on the radio. We were listening to the crew chief saying, "Okay, 25, 10, break." So these guys, they're good. It was just quite a day. Very exciting.
And it was actually funny because we were in the pit box right past where they were doing this, and they had told us to stay back away from the wall in case there was an accident and stuff like that. And I think you said that you could have actually given Jeff Gordon a high five when he came by you, and at a long time he was on the pole there though, so you had a little excitement there when he came flying down pit road.
Yeah, I think Jeff got a little squirrely on the rear end, and I'm thinking, he could be heading to where I'm standing at the wall. It would have happened so quick, but anyway, what a driver. He actually ran a very good race until he caught on fire. And looking at the replay, it appeared to me that he came in contact with the wall and then burst into flames. However, he was not the only fatality tonight. We were next to the M&M car over at our broadcast area.
Which, unfortunately, they didn't give us any samples.
No samples of Twix or any of those things. We asked. So next time we're going to have to take our buzzard luck to another pit area.
I'm waiting for, I think last year that Ryan Newman was, one of his sponsors was Outback. I wish we could get that up right there, but yeah. I did not see that though. But it's kind of, I guess we were right there in between the front row cars because they had the top qualifying speed. Carl Edwards was on the pole tonight, and
he raced so good.
And he had a good race. Kyle Busch was right there on the outside pole. So we were in an open pit in between the two of them.
Yeah.
We said we got the best of those, and I'll be darned if in the first segment Kyle Busch and his brother and Clint Boyer had a little mishap on the back stretch, and he was the first car out of the race. So, that was one we thought we were going to be with the 2 winners up there, though, but he was gone early in the race.
And don't forget our $5 Danica Patrick caps.
That's right. That we got those that we'll probably, I'll unveil that one sometime. I have to wear it to school this week. I may have to do that.
Be that on the next show.
That we will definitely get those on there, though. But, great race. I like the segments that they ran, 4 20-lap segments and then 110 to I guess, for all the money tonight. Unfortunately, some of the better cars were not there, though. But it was very refreshing to see Jamie McMurray, who was a 40-1 odd to win this thing tonight.
I didn't realize
I saw that. I read that while we were waiting on him, that he was a 40-1 odd to win this race tonight. That was a little bit higher odds than the Kentucky Derby today. Congratulations to the California horse, who was one step away from winning the Triple Crown.
Well, I think it was kind of neat too about Felix Sabates being part of that team. I remember Felix when he owned Kyle Petty's car.
Right.
And Kyle broke into to NASCAR, and gosh, he's been around so long, but he's a forgotten name, and now it seems like he's going to be a household name.
And you've got him along with Chip Ganassi, who are two big Indianapolis 500 type cars. And they were in Indianapolis for some of the qualifying runs today. Their other car did not run well today there, but flew here to be here tonight for McMurray. And again, that's a great thing when you stop and think that Jamie McMurray has not won a lot of races in his life, but he has won 3 of the biggest, the Daytona 500, the Brickyard, and the All-Star race. Right. And, you know, and they asked him the question tonight, if your career were to end, could you live with that? Or, you know, would it be incomplete because you didn't compete? Hey, I'd have felt blessed, and I'd said I'd be happy right now to quit with those 3.
Oh, I would quit with just one. I mean, or a Legends race. That would, you know, how could you do any better than that? But you're right. And did you remember what he said that he was going to buy tomorrow?
Well, you know, the thing I think was great was he won $1 million tonight, which he said he could not comprehend what $1 million even is, holding that check up for $1 million. He's
going to comprehend the taxes.
Right. And probably some other people with that too, though. But I like Jamie McMurray. He's a good family guy. He's a down-to-earth guy, though. But when asked that question, his reply was?
He was going to take care of his children's college education, and he had 3 kids, and his son asked him this morning what he was going to do, and he said, well, son, I'm going to go race tonight for $1 million. And his wife chimed in and said, well, Carter, if Dad wins, what would you like tonight? And Carter said, I think I'd like a new train set. So I guess tomorrow Carter will get a new Lionel train set. So, and it's kind of funny that both him and the crew chief said that they're kind of tight with their money, though, which is good, though. But, you know, I like to see that. I like to see some of the guys that are not the ones that are in the limelight, you know, all the time winning to win. And it's very humbling to see your drivers like that said he was telling a story about the family was sitting there eating a bowl of cereal this morning and drinking a cup of coffee, and how that came up. And it just kind of shows you how down to earth the NASCAR guys were. Well, one thing you got to observe tonight, though, you could not be a NASCAR driver because you're too big. You know, it's really odd. Well, maybe not odd, but every driver that came our way physically couldn't have been more than 6 feet tall.
I was bigger than every one of them.
Yeah, well, they looked 5'8", 5'7", 5'9".
130 pounds?
Maybe. So, no, I would not be a very good candidate for that or a Formula One.
So, but it was, you know, a good race that, you know, Kevin Harvick, we said, came in second. Third place went to Matt Kenseth. His car got dialed in coming on at later stages of the race. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. finished in the 4th spot right there, though. So, you know, and it's a big thing, too. Hopefully, if some of these cars will run strong like that, then when they're here for 600 miles next weekend, we ought to have an interesting race.
It should be, and I want to wish you a good Coca-Cola 600 next Sunday. I just wish I were going to be here.
Well, it's going to be a long one on that, though. We didn't get a chance to go wading through the beer cans tonight and to check on all the buses that they build and another thing. It's like a circus when you come over. If you've never been to a race, even if you're not a racing fan, just the experience of coming to the track, smelling the rubber burn, watching the cars go. Now, again, I grew up wanting to be a NASCAR. My fantasy was of driving a NASCAR or stock car, that I wanted to be a race car driver. So it's a little extra special for me. And when the green flag drops and you hear that roar coming down, I get chill bumps, though. Some people don't feel that way, but that's just me.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Coach, I'm going to let you close it up. I'm going to do a stage right on you. Just remember that the last time we were here was December. We were standing out in Panther Stadium. It was cold. It's May the 17th. In Charlotte, it's cold. I'm going over to pit wall, get behind something that's warm. So before you go, we got to let our viewers know this. Now, I want to do this. He's done it. He has driven one of the challenges here. I want you to tell because you went about 157, didn't you? You got up there. Tell us what it's like that he's actually done. Which one did you do? We did Fast Track. Fast Track was driving school, and that was 3 full days out here. And that was a lot of fun. We got I think 157 was the fastest lap that I turned, and that was really neat. I think probably my problem is I couldn't find or hit the marks coming out of turn 4. And if you don't know where the marks are, you're really in a world of you know what. And I never could figure out just exactly where the marks were because it happened so quickly. And coming out of 4, if you come out too low, you go high, and if you come out too high, then you're going to stay on the wall because it doesn't bleed back down. So hitting that mark was really important. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. So.
Well, you got 2 veterans here. He's been in the real car. I put the top down on mine on Black Friday and got on the track and turned 120 in there. I'm not saying it'll be 120, but it's late, and we'll both be heading back to Spartanburg here in a hurry right there, though. But you've got 2 veterans of Charlotte Motor Speedway who have experienced it on and off the track, bringing you a report tonight. I had a ball. What was your impressions of tonight? Closing comments. What's your final thoughts?
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for letting me be a part of the broadcast team. You're right, exciting racing. I remember as a child, they were building the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We didn't live very far from here, and they ran into granite when they were actually trying to pave turn number 1. I remember my dad bringing me out here and us watching them dynamite the first turn to clear the granite off out of the ground. And that was a very early memory. And if you remember some of the pictures we saw today, the first press box looked like a Pepsi-Cola stand. So those were the good old days. But anyway, I enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Stay tuned for more.
And I will say on the air right now, this will not be your only trip to Charlotte to do this. We will do this again, maybe the same race again next year. We'll do it again, though. But I had a lot of fun doing it tonight, though, and I thought we did a pretty good job.
I think you're exactly right. I think we're coming back for the Chicago Bears in the fall.
We will be back teaming up again. He's a member of the Cox Sports Broadcasting team. He's John Poole, and I'm the coach, Dick Cox, signing off tonight from a very chilly Charlotte Motor Speedway. We'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.